Home for a great selection of video games,
comic books,
anime,
collectibles, and more.
Unbeatable prices and conveniently located in Ormond Beach.
Nerdtropolis is a true nerd culture store.
Play it,
watch it,
read it,
live it.
Only at Nerdtropolis.
Nerds rule at Nerd.
What is up, guys? It is Taylor with the Herd of Nerds podcast. We're here again with number 5 tonight. Like I said, I'm Taylor.
I'm Ray.
I'm John.
We're here again, brought to you by Oops, the Comic Adventure. It's done by our friends Jeremy and Cindy Foster. Wonderful artists and writers. We love their book. It's on number 2. You can get it here at Nerdtropolis or on indieplanet.com.
Awesome artwork.
Yep. All right, so we'll jump right in. We're doing the comics of the week, and if John wants to get us started here. What did you read, John?
I read The Star Wars and number 2 of Forever Evil. Both excellent books, and we're going to jump right into the Star Wars, which right off the bat jumps right into action. I mean, it's beautiful artwork, crisp, great storytelling, and what blows my mind most about this book is after reading the first 2, I respect episode 1 and episode 2. I know you guys are looking at me right now like I am mental, but there is so much of this original screenplay that you'll read and you'll see, oh, that happened in episode 1. Oh, that happened in episode 2. It's insane. My only flaw with the book was that the Death Star wasn't as epic as it was in episode 4. The Death Star was just this giant floating fortress where they said, hey, we can just drop troops on a planet, not, hey, we're going to blow up a planet. Other than that was my only negative about the book. I thought the artwork...
Wait, so the Death Star didn't blow up planets?
No, it was just it was literally a giant space station that they said...
It isn't so much
a giant
Death
space
Star,
elevator.
Then.
Yeah.
Is it still called a Death Star then? I mean, what is it called?
They just call it they don't even have a name for it. They just say, oh my god, this giant planet the size of one of our moons just showed up. Oh, maybe it's a screw up with their telemetry. They keep checking it.
But Death Star is suitable if it's blowing up planets.
If it is. It's
So
This is a giant death elevator.
Yes. Ray just hit it. It's a giant death elevator, complete
Did
with
they
the
die on the elevator?
complete with the music version of Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
How'd you die? Did you get there? No, dude, I died on the way to the
No, the elevator, we had technical difficulties.
Yeah,
It got black, and all of a sudden the devil showed up and we died.
I got stuck in an elevator for 7 hours with Darth Vader, and he smells like cheese. I'm just going to go out right now and say this book, it gets a solid 9.5. Yes, the reason I'm docking that half a point is because of the Death Star just being, wussified.
Yeah, not as epic as it was in the...
Yeah, like when you see the Death Star at episode 4, when Ben Kenobi goes, that's no moon, that's no planet, that's a space station. You're just, I still to this day when I watch episode 4, I'm in awe of the scope of the Death Star. This one, it just doesn't seem, they literally send like 4 X-Wing fighters to take it out, and they're like doing all this damage. And how many X-Wings blew up in the trench battle in the 4th one? Like, everybody that got sent to kill. But like I said, if anybody has any harboring of hate towards the first, Phantom Menace and Clone Wars, read this series because, like I said, you've listened to our podcast, you've heard us rip on them. I will go back this weekend and watch episode 1 and 2.
I won't, because it still sucks.
And like I said, you're going to pick up a lot of little minute things that Lucas just said, hey, it lasts.
Right. So that's the Star Wars Part 2
of
the
5.
8 series.
Yeah, 8 series.
8 book series.
Yep.
And you can pick that up right here at Nerdtropolis. So what would you rate that book? You said it.
Like I said, I give it a 9.5 because
9.5.
the storytelling, it's the storytelling will not drop. I'm saying it right now. The storytelling, the quality of it is not going to drop in this series like you see in a lot of event books.
Right.
The artwork, the attention to detail. They're not going to get Joe Schmo to do some crappy sketch covers. They're going to go hardcore.
All right, so we'll get on to your next book here. And what was that?
Forever Evil Part 2 of 7. My one downside I'm going to say with this book, and you've heard me review about DC books, is the artwork as of late has been great. The artwork in this wasn't up to par. it seemed too scratchy, almost like we critiqued about. It wasn't as bad as Marvel books like we critiqued last week. I just thought for an event like this, they could have done it a lot better. I mean, the faces just seem to look the same after a couple panels. And I think the story so far, it's awesome. The villains have won, and they're laying waste to the earth. They have everything in chaos.
Because some men just want to watch the world burn.
And one of the biggest, should I spoiler warning this? Because there's a debut of a character.
Spoiler warning everything.
Spoiler warning, the debut of Bizarro in this. Now, most you guys know Bizarro as the idiot Superman. Not in this book. Oh, no. Bizarro is a degraded clone of Superman that Lex Luthor lets out. And his first thing he does is he literally rips a guy apart. And the only nod to him being an idiot, so to say, is he puts the Superman uniform on inside out. And Lex is like, you know what? For all the violence you're doing, go for it. Overall, I'm going to give this book a 7.5. Just because, like I said, the artwork,
only a 7.5.
Only a 7.5. I thought the first book I give a good 9 because it kicks off how an event should be kicked off, with the reveal of Dick Grayson as Nightwing and how the Injustice Society completely destroys his life. I don't want to spoil the end, but there's a return of 2 characters, and you just see one of them how great he is. And DC, kudos to you. You misled us thinking that this character that returns would be someone else, but it's not. Overall, 7.5 out of 10. Good book, buy it.
Right on, and you can get that at Nerdtropolis. All right, so we're going to move on to Ray. What books did you read this?
Marvel. It's time for Marvel. Let's do a whole thing of Marvel from now on.
Marvel.
Just how it's Marvel. Buy the books. I did Hunger, number 3, which is the aftermath of Age of Ultron, which... I mean, I don't want to give it a negative. It was pretty good.
The first 2 books I felt I enjoyed them thoroughly.
Yeah, but this one, the third one, they're tying in. It's just, I don't know what they're trying to get out of this. I mean, they have an event, and the event went really well because Age of Ultron was awesome.
It was. It was.
We
amazing.
were talking about it earlier. It was really good. I love Ultron. I love seeing Avengers fail at everything. That's what my big thing is. But the aftermath, it's I guess Marvel's really trying to bring up like something very big and be like, oh my god, this is what happens after, and it's not hitting the marquee that they're setting for this next session of, I guess what you would say, in the chapter. It has Galactus in it. Galactus is the what's going on with that. He's coming. Obviously, you can tell from the cover. There's this new cosmic being named Rick Jones, literally, and he's helping out the Silver Surfer and some of the Krees on another planet, which is about to be destroyed. And I don't want to give a lot away, but it just doesn't. I just don't feel like this week it hit any marks. I really don't think Marvel's going anywhere with this, and I really hope that even with the ending's not that. I mean, it's. I don't like giving spoilers away, no matter what it is. I mean, I just don't think it's set up for anything else. I think it did its thing, and they're trying to get something out of it because they don't want to end their event, and it's not going anywhere.
Ray and I actually talked about how this is an Ultimate line. How most of the Ultimate events have started off with the first issue with a solid bang, and then they've just declined.
They start to, yeah.
And this, I mean, what they're building up towards, I mean, Brian Michael Bendis did say years ago that if Marvel ever started running out of ideas, they'd cross over the Ultimate and mainstream universe. And that's what worries me about this book.
I think it is happening because there's a lot of cosmic going on, and there's been a lot of cosmic dimensions and everything going on.
Yeah, the time stream being destroyed.
And I'm worried because I reviewed a book last week, and it was Kang the Conqueror, the Time Traveler.
Kang is stupid.
Yeah, I don't understand. I never understood. Ever since I was a child, I never understood his purpose. But yeah, I really hope. I think they're gonna go through that. I mean, they said they might, but Anyway, I mean, there's not much to talk about this book, and with Infinity and everything, I just don't know
Too
what
many
was going on.
events.
Too many events
Marvel.
going on.
Yes.
So,
But
what's the rate?
this one, I give it a 6.
Six
It's a
out of 10.
Because there was pretty cool moments with Galactus and his swarm. Like he's just literally sitting there in space. Like a lot of moments in the book where like when he arrives and the Kree are like, he is here, and like it was cool, but it's just Galactus. You're like, okay, there's nothing really terrifying. And he showed up and he got his ass whooped. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I mean that's what it is.
That's
Right
not the
on.
Galactus we know.
But on the positive note, the other book that I did read was Captain America: Living Legend #1.
Right.
And
Now keep in mind, you can get all of these books right here at Nerdtropolis for cover price. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Get to your review.
This was an amazing book. I loved it. This is another. See, there's always, as you see, I guess this is my second time reviewing these Marvel books. There's always a good one, and there's one that just doesn't hit the mark. And this was I felt like I was reading a Marvel book back in the day. I feel like it's something fresh, something not like, oh, this is crossing over into something. This is its own event. There's
You know what's
another-
sad? This event was not hyped.
I know, and I was just about to say I didn't even know about this event until recently, and with all these hyped events where things are going on and it's very confusing, pick this one up and follow it because I think for it being a #1,
I think
and
it's
the
only
ending,
a 4-book series.
Yeah, I think it's going somewhere with this. It's Captain America. Obviously on the cover you can see Captain America back in World War II, and he's with Russian soldiers. And there's a little secret project going on, and he's helping them assist, getting their soldiers out of slave camps and stuff like that. They're doctors, they're scientists, and and of course there's the Germans in there. But at the end of the book, what happened? I mean, I can't. This one I will not reveal a lot. But something that it starts off in the past, and the last 2 pages are the current Captain America, and at the end of the last panel, it makes sense to why they're even going back and forth. A lot of Captain America stories I find boring because they go back and then they go back and forth and they never tie in. Someone will show up in the present and he'll be like, "Oh, I saw them one time in Germany." Yes, this is this one is there's some mystery going on, and it's a really good book to pick up. The art is unbelievable.
Can I say
Yeah,
one thing?
John.
I literally read this book. I was sitting on the other end of the table, as you'll see, and I saw one picture, and I was over Ray's shoulder reading the book. Bravo.
Yeah, and what I love about it, it's very gritty looking. It's very World War, like it's
did
very
the art?
shaded.
Who
What
did it?
Adi Granov and Andy Diggle.
Huh.
Granov does. He's done a lot of covers before too.
Oh no, they did the story. Hold on. Yeah, no, it was Adi Granov. Yeah. And it was really good. I really recommend if you guys want to jump into a Marvel series that's not going on with a whole bunch of events, this is a definite #1 to pick up. And I give this one a solid 8. 8.5, let me say. 8.5, yes. With the artwork and leading up to the final panel, that's what I love. I love comics that you read the whole book and it leads up to something in the back. Not something like, oh, if you read it next week, it will make sense. No, it makes sense and it's going to be awesome.
Right on. All right. So
That's our comic reviews.
Yay.
So we'll get out of comics for a little while. At least we'll stay in
Kinda,
the same realm.
sort of.
So I guess I don't know. We sort of maybe some of us watched this sort of big show called S.H.I.E.L.D. last night, episode 2. What'd you guys think?
Go ahead, John. Just start off.
I thought it was okay. It did lack a little bit of the oomph of the first episode, but that's to be expected with the second. I thought some of the character development, though, was just too cliche of what you see on TV shows, and that's hopefully they correct it because I know and I'll probably get a lot of people ready to kill me for this, but in the Whedonverse, he does tend to let that happen. That he either overdevelops the characters or he underdevelops them and they just become basic laugh track cliche.
That's exactly how I felt watching this episode.
Yes.
I watched it today. I didn't get to watch it last night. I woke up today. I watched it pre-recorded, and it felt. I knew it was going to happen. I wasn't surprised. There was not. I mean, there was a nice little a lot of good Easter eggs. I mean, they
Yeah.
mentioned Stark, they mentioned Hydra a lot. Hydra was the big thing about this. But you can, a lot of the things that happened, spoiler warning, you could tell some people were going to betray Coulson when they just showed up as friends of the government. The character development was awesome, but the cavalry, the one I forgot her name, the Shield agent who's supposed to the badass Asian chick, she's coming very boring already.
And
Like,
it's
she's
only
very-
2 episodes in.
And it's only 2 episodes in because at first she has this very big attitude, like, we know you're badass, we know you have history, we know you don't want to fight, but she has this very big, those characters you watch in shows where it's just like, are you guys done talking, and you're just like, really, dude, you can't just join. Like, she's one of those, she's becoming one of those characters. She's not really back. Yeah, she's a good backup, but it's just it's.
What I thought was dumb on Marvel's part was I went on before the episode aired. I was checking a website and a news blurb comes across saying, "Oh, Marvel unveils massive spoiler for show." Why would you spoil an appearance of a character on your own show before it airs? I mean, I can get want to attract ratings, but I just thought that was dumb on ABC and Marvel's part.
And spoiler warning.
Yes.
Are we doing a whole bunch of spoiler warnings?
Yes,
right?
yes.
Why not?
Yeah,
Okay.
why not?
Spoil everything.
Okay. What I did love,
They all
Yes.
die at the end.
they all died at the end. That was crazy, and I don't understand how they got the new. No, Sam Jackson made an appearance.
Colonel
That was the
Nick Fury shows up.
Nick Fury showed up,
Yeah.
and I didn't think he would ever show up, but he showed up, and he was pretty funny. It was pretty, but there was nothing important. He's just, Nick Fury shows up, and he's always like, he'll give you a few laughs, and then for some reason, he knows what's the problem.
Yeah.
And he's like, girl, keep an eye on her. It's like, how do you know this? If you know something's
Yeah.
gonna happen, tell me.
Yeah.
Don't go, and then just let me figure it out, because, so. And then my thing is, and I said this in another podcast, I'm hoping that it's not going this way. I have a feeling it's gonna go this route. Every week there's a new problem, and it's random, and it's not really adding up, connecting. I mean, there's some things that do connect. Like last week was the Chitauri and the Centipede program and blah blah blah. And then this week it had to do with Hydra technology with the Tesseract. And I guess it's kind of adding up, but each week is a new problem. Like each week, like last week was the whole Luke Cage, not Luke Cage, the dude they're looking for, which makes it was a good pilot. But then this week they're in Cuba.
Wish Luke Cage was in it.
I know. I was hoping it would be.
I hope Marvel does start debuting some characters. That way we can get a good
That's what I
glimpse.
want them to do. I want them Okay, I get this is behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But there should be behind the scenes and debut characters who won't have movies.
Yeah.
Who won't. There's no point in giving a Submariner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
a movie. But
more.
put him in it. Put put something.
That
you know
would
what I
be
mean?
an awesome.
Even Black Panther. Let's go to Africa. Let's meet up with
Wakanda.
this dude. Yeah, let's meet up with Wakanda, and that would be awesome. But
I
don't
think
feel like
they could do like the.
I thought he was gonna show up, but then it was like, oh no, this is like Spanish, so it's not gonna happen.
I thought they should look into having the Namor doing like the Atlantis Strikes invasion, and that would be perfect for the show where they have. Namor, he's always been in the comics. He's either been an ally or a villain, but he is a king, and he always comes off as a prick.
Yeah, he was Aquaman before he was badass.
Yes. Before Johns completely brought Aquaman back from obscurity.
Yeah. So Agents of Shield, in my opinion, it maybe a 7, maybe an 8.
I give it a 6.
Between, yeah. I mean, it really wasn't that great.
I will say one thing I did read. ABC and Marvel said, like the movies, after the credits of each episode, there's going to be a little something.
Yeah. I haven't seen anything, though. But
Well, they said starting, I believe, with next week's episode, they said you're going to, there'll be something a little quick blurb at the end after the credits, which I think, hey, it's cool. But my big complaint is like what Ray said. It's like a villain of the week, which Marvel has a lot of, but have some better connectivity. Not just, hey, we're dealing with Chitauri. Hey, we're dealing with Hydra. They connect, but
it makes sense, but I like it a little bit more. Just a little tiny bit more. It's going good. I mean, it's the second episode. I'm not judging it too much because it's only the second episode. But
Right. So overall, we give it a 6. We give it a big fat 6. 6 out of 10.
Yep. It needs
Nothing
to,
too special.
if it
Nothing
keeps
too
at this
great.
pace, I'm not gonna enjoy it. But if it starts But with that being said, Haley Atwell, the actress for Peggy Carter in Captain America, she's up for a TV show. What do you think? You know Peggy Carter's show, the girl.
Wait, she's gonna get her own TV show?
She's up for one. It's not gonna happen, but she's addressing. She's like after her no, because there's a Marvel one shot that they showed at Comic-Con that's coming on Iron Man 3.
Yeah,
One shot. Marvel does these one shots for each movie.
Well, the DVD, all the extras they had was awesome.
Yeah,
I watched them on IGN. It was killer. Sorry.
Did you see the Peggy Carter one?
Yeah.
That was awesome, right?
Yeah.
So now, would you like to see a TV show of that? Would you watch it?
I would set back in like the
well, that's like going
Shield.
No, because that's like saying, okay, I'm gonna make a big shot movie or like a movie that I took for 5 minutes and make it into this lengthy, dragged out shit.
Mm.
No, there are some things that require being one short amount of time. You can't drag it on into a show. You can't make it into a series. You can't make it into a lengthy comic. Some things just work as a one shot.
Mm-hmm. Now, what do you think of do you think Shield should? How long do you think Shield should be on? I think we talked about this before.
Yeah, we talked about
I
this
think it'll
last night.
stop at Avengers 2. Then once Avengers 2 is over, they'll jump into a different show. And then once Avengers 3 comes out, either they're going to be done with all the Marvel phases, or
Well, the producers said they have.
Well, they have Avengers 3.
They have
Doctor
it
Strange.
well. They have it well planned out after the third Avengers to do more movies. I mean,
that's if it goes well. That's if it goes well.
I mean, they're already signed on for Phase 3. It's already
Yeah.
like written.
It's
They
already
have to do it. You know, like Edgar Wright has to do Ant-Man.
Yep.
Edgar Wright. Yeah, Edgar Wright's doing
Edgar
Ant-Man,
Wright.
dude. You didn't
Yeah,
know?
we've told you that.
Yeah, dude. It's been like 2 years. Look at him
right
right
now.
now.
We're gonna
Excited.
steal the
All right,
movie.
forget
Yeah.
podcast over. No, yeah, dude. Edgar Wright. I got Edgar Wright
Is
for Ant-Man.
directing and writing.
We have Doctor Strange.
well, not confirmed.
but not confirmed. But there is a Doctor Strange script written. Just don't have.
Did you guys see the Wonder Woman?
Yes, I did.
I thought it was awesome.
That was pretty cool.
That was rad.
It
Did
needs
you see
to
that?
happen.
Which one?
Were you
What
on
was it?
YouTube? There was a Wonder Woman fan film made that was put on maybe a 3-minute short on YouTube, and it was mostly CGI on green screen. There was a few live action parts, but it's all Wonder Woman's live action. She looks raw, and like that would be a cool movie.
I saw
to do
the
that way.
pilot they did. I think it was about 2 years ago that David E. Kelly did for Wonder Woman. That a lot of people were justified. They justified.
No.
No,
This
that
is
was-
new.
no,
This is
it's
new. This is
not-
new.
oh,
This
it's
is
a
new.
fan-
That was
No.
horrible. I
Yeah.
thought that was horrible. But yeah, I mean, we'll see how long Marvel can drag out their stuff with, because obviously they're really focusing all their attention on the movies and series. Because like I've said in the last week in this one, reading Hunger and reading Infinity and everything else, I just feel like when they drag out an event, it's just not happening. Like it's really not happening. But then they come out with stuff like Captain America.
Yeah.
Typical Marvel.
Yeah, but
You
then
know
they
what
come
I
up
mean?
with stuff like Captain America, which is amazing and awesome.
But they just got. I feel
But-
like that's like, okay, we put a good writer on.
Yes.
it, you know, that's what happened. They would put a good writer, and then it just happened to be a good artist, and that just smacked together. And how often do you see those two names on big Marvel
No,
books?
you don't.
Never. You don't. This is their shot. This is where they're going to do a really awesome book. They're going to do a really awesome series, and then next year we'll see them on a 12-month run of Captain America, and they'll do 6 books and leave it.
Yep.
That's what happens. And then we'll see 8 more events that suck, and it just won't be good. I mean, that's Marvel now.
Personally, I think the best Captain America the last couple of years was written by Ed Brubaker, going from I believe it's Volume 4 up until the death of Captain America after Civil War to Bucky taking the mantle. Just his stories where they had they had a lot of espionage intrigue.
You know what I'm kind of excited for? I actually looked into it, but I did see I think they kind of really start pushing for it today. Is Cataclysm.
Yes.
That looks actually.
Which is going to be the end result of Hunger.
Right.
And,
It's rad. 'Cause I enjoy Hunger. I mean, 3 wasn't that great, but I do enjoy it.
like I said, my biggest complaint
because
with
it's the ultimate.
with the
Right.
Ultimate Universe is their events have had great artwork, but the writing has just it nosedives. You'll start with the first episode, the first book, it'll go up, and then issue 2 hits, and then it starts that decline, and that's what worries me about the Ultimate Universe. Is, I mean, if the name of it, Cataclysm, implies what I think is, they can't afford to do that, because I love the Ultimate Universe since its inception. They if it's gonna go out, let it go out with a bang and not a whimper.
How did we get back on comics? What were we talking about?
Marvel. We were
that's
talking about
right.
Shield.
Right
Marvel's
on.
just been the thing.
Whatever. We don't know what we're talking about anymore.
So speaking about TV shows, Sonic the Hedgehog, new heavy.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go
Gotta
faster.
Gotta go faster.
Sonic is getting a new
Gotta go
series,
faster.
and they just
As long as
released.
it has that theme song, I
Yeah,
don't care.
it has
I
to.
don't care.
It has to.
Now, I mean, I don't want to talk about
Sonic.
a Sonic, but I just want to.
It's gonna be on
That's
5.
the thing.
Yeah, is it gonna be on Saturday morning?
Hopefully,
Is it on
it'll
Saturday
get
morning at
canceled.
9 o'clock?
Oh man.
What do you think about like shows coming back as animated series? Like
You know,
we have
I
the new
honestly-
what's it called? Beware the Batman's out
Yeah.
now.
No, that sucks. That's
Yes.
stupid.
Clone
It's all
Wars.
It's all CG.
I know. That's what I'm talking about.
That's
All
sus.
these revamped like comic books, animated stuff, anything we grew up on, coming back for this age. Now, what are your opinions on that?
Well, I think this Sonic, and I was a big fan of the Sonic X. I still am to
I
this
love
day.
Sonic, yes.
I love that, and I think they had a Kirby show for a while.
Yes,
They
they
did.
did.
The show was
Yes.
killer, man.
It's actually they talk about it on the Wii edition of like the Super
yeah,
Kirby,
and
They
that
have
was
an
killer.
episode- Yeah.
But Sonic, that was good, but I don't think it'll do well with this generation.
No.
We all love Sonic, but the games aren't as influential. The games aren't as fun. They have no impact on us anymore. I can't tell you. I own a game store. You want me to tell you how many people have bought a Sonic game in the past 2-3 months? Maybe one. So I really don't see how impactful of a series it could be on people.
Unless they have older brothers or
Yeah.
fathers who are into that,
Yeah.
because
Well, it'd be idiots like me sitting down every night. Oh my God, Sonic!
The franchise is diluted. Like Taylor said, it's so diluted just because Sega keeps churning out game
Well, it's
after
not even
game
Sega
after
anymore.
game.
It's Nintendo now.
Yeah, I mean,
Nintendo.
and I think that's part of Nintendo. Yeah, we've got Sonic now, so let's run this franchise into the ground.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going for that approach, but he is in Smash Brothers,
Yes,
and that was awesome.
which is rad.
and the Olympic games they did with his group of characters versus the Mario group of characters.
Right, but Mega Man, Sonic,
Yes,
Mario.
I would like to see a
Pikachu.
Mega Man X
It's no.
cartoon.
I'm talking about the Smash Brothers. I'm really not excited for all the characters. But back to cartoons. I don't see our childhood video games coming back to life in cartoons anytime soon, and being successful. That is, I could see them come back for maybe a 5-6 episode run, maybe a pilot here and there, maybe like a short, but I don't see it happening. Because I mean, kids are hooked on shows like Regular Show and Adventure Time, and the shows that are caught on Cartoon Network they're very meant for kids, but the humor in them is far, far more adult than Sonic could ever reach, than Kirby could ever reach, than Mega Man could ever reach, because for some reason we're in that raunchiness, and it's just, we're not there as far as the raunchiness goes.
Yeah.
Sonic isn't raunchy,
No.
Mega Man's not raunchy, Kirby sure as hell is not raunchy. It's a pink puffball, for God's sake, who
Yeah.
fights off
I can't even
cute
yeah,
characters.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not there. If they did a Doom cartoon, maybe they could, or a Duke Nukem. Duke Nukem, they wouldn't even make cartoon, man. It'd be on like Adult Swim.
yeah.
It'd be another game.
It'd be
another Marvel game.
Yeah.
yeah.
But it would take 13. It'd take 13 years for the pilot to reach
Yeah, pretty
Adult
much.
Yeah.
Swim.
Speaking of bringing stuff into the media, now World of Warcraft, the movie, has a set release
God.
date for 2014.
You know what this is? Because they keep losing people playing the game. We understand you have one of the largest played MMOs in the world, but your fan base is slowly depleting. It's there. It was there for a while, but like everything, it dies. It ends badly, and doesn't come back. And when you try to come back, it doesn't work. In 20
Mists of
years,
Pandaria.
Yeah.
in 20 years, make a movie about it. All right, yeah, make a movie about it. Because everybody who plays it then will be 40. Will be actually some of them are 40 now.
Yeah.
They'll be 40, 50. I don't know. And then they'll want to see it. Right now, yeah, the major nerds will go see it. But I think 10, 15 years from now, even the people who are like, holy shit, that game was for all the nerds.
Do you
back in
remember
day,
the
like,
Dungeons
they'd
and
watch
Dragons
it.
movie?
Oh God, with the
Yeah.
one of the Wayans
I do.
brothers, how that was bad.
Yeah.
I was curious when they announced it because you know who was originally attached to direct it? Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
Who I think if they'd have kept him as director, I would all my money because it's Sam Raimi doing. You know,
Sam Raimi doesn't do a lot of good stuff. He does.
His movies are either real hit or miss. But I think he could have tackled the subject, and
especially recently with The Mist. I think so.
I thought. Are you talking about the Great and Powerful Us? Because that movie was awesome.
No, I forgot he made that. No,
Yes.
I'm talking about Drag Me to Hell and
Oh, come on, Drag Me to Hell was. I will agree.
I don't want to get off topic.
I'll go 50-50 with that. Drag Me to Hell was him just saying, "Hey, I can make an Evil Dead movie, but not call it Evil Dead."
Yeah. But I think World of Warcraft needing a movie. I mean, not that it's too soon. It doesn't need to happen. Does it need a set story of a bunch of people just going to fight crazy monsters to rack up points and treasure?
And Kung Fu Panda.
Right.
There's already a movie called Kung Fu Panda.
I don't know. I just think whenever you see a movie come out of something random, like it started out with Resident Evil, it started out with video game movies. Whenever a video game movie or anything movie comes out, you feel like you look back and you look at the franchise like, well, wait, there's a movie coming out? Well, what's going on here? And it brings you back because you're like, oh snap, this is awesome.
I don't see what's there to make a movie about.
That's what I'm saying. There's nothing like, what are they
see
gonna? Unless you really base it off of World of Warcraft,
how about,
for people going to
if they-
play in a tournament or something like that, and I'd see a movie like that.
If they made maybe a documentary about people of Warcraft, then I'd watch it. If there was a big flick by Malcolm Ingram or something, and they turn around and make that, maybe I'd watch it. That'd be a good flick. But
That's like Steven Spielberg, like, I want to make a League of Legends movie. It's
it's like, no,
why?
please God, no.
Yeah,
It's
like, we don't need to understand these characters. We just want to pick them, play them.
It's like,
No.
Yeah.
and
Do you want to know the origins of why I hold 2 axes instead of 1?
Yeah.
We don't need to. We just let it be.
yeah, it's pointless, and it's pointless like many other. It's like that's like movies going to video games, and it's like, God, please, no. It's like there's a 2 round. You can do it like once every decade. It's like you just stay away from it. It's like just avoid my realm, I'll avoid your realm, but we can like kiss and hold hands.
I've got one thing to add to what Taylor's saying. Super Mario Brothers movie.
I know people who like that movie.
The live action one.
I mean,
Taylor.
I'm guilty. I love bad movies.
that movie.
I love bad movies.
I
I
thought
like
it was
B
hysterical,
movies, but
like in a stupid kind
God,
of
that
way.
movie was just awful. I mean, you had great actors too. You had Bob Hoskins. You had Dennis Hopper.
Oh, I thought it
and
was hysterical.
Bob Hoskins just did it because his kids were like, "We love Mario," and he was like, "Okay, well, how bad could it be?" And Dennis Hopper, in a book he wrote, just summed up the movie and just used a naughty word describing it. A 2-word review.
Now, speaking of video games, I don't mean to bring up, this is kind of almost the black or a podcast because we talk about this all the time.
Depressing day in video games.
GTA 5.
Oh,
Here we go again. No, wait.
No,
Here
it's
we
still
go.
depressing.
Oh yeah, this is depressing.
Now, the online launch we know happened yesterday.
It did.
Which was
Wait, it
It was
happened?
a flop.
Could
Yeah.
have fooled me.
But now that after the servers have been, I don't even know if they're fixed, kind of, we'll give it a now, we did confirm that there was microtransactions.
Yes,
right?
there are.
But now with this whole, because the launch is so unsuccessful, apparently Rockstar has microtransactions on hold online, where you cannot buy anything, or if you get something, you don't have to spend money just yet until everything is fixed.
So everyone, save up all your money and buy everything in the game.
Exactly.
And then run far away to your nice houses and Lamborghinis. Let's go. Just go. No, that's
Do you think that
you
is
want to
a
know what
way
game I
of
didn't play
justifying
in the
it?
past 2 days? You want to know what game I haven't played in the past 2 days? I got my word.
Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto. Because it's stupid. I hate microtransactions. I can't express that enough. I think it's gonna kill everything it's worth. In a few weeks, I'll tell you what. Watch their numbers drop. Watch their servers start dropping in numbers. Yeah, their servers are going to run clean as hell. You want to know why? Because
no one's
15
playing.
people are going to be on them countrywide. Because who wants to buy a car that if I go and play story mode, I can steal it and put it in my garage? It's Why would you want to do that? It doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, all right, I'll play Star Wars: The Old Republic. That makes sense. I'm playing online. I get play free up to like level 50 or whatever. Free to play, pay to win. It's like that. I get that. This is different. Mm-hmm. I bought your disc. I installed it. I waited the 20 minutes. Why? Oh, why are you charging me for these extra things? You're gonna come out with DLC. I'll buy your DLC.
So now, does this rate now? Would you, with all this craziness happening with Grand Theft Auto in the last 3 podcasts, or not even before that, we've been talking about it
Since the first podcast.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, we have been talking about it since the first podcast. Okay, 5th time. Rated worst game of the year because of all that mishap.
I don't know if worst game this year. There's a lot of games that could be worst.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm talking about out of the big ones.
Overhyped.
Out of the big ones, because
we have a lot of games that could still flop right now.
Which
right
ones
now,
do you think are the ones that could flop?
But no. Here's what's gonna happen. It's not a flop sales wise. It's not. Oh,
No. Sales, of course.
No. It's glorious.
I'm talking about just game wise. If we talk about sales wise, I mean, we obviously know
we'll
who's
say
the crowd.
Just regular story mode. It's fantastic. The structure of the game, like I say it every time. It's beautiful. It's a wonderful game. But online mode, I think their online mode's a flop, and I think it's the worst online mode I've seen, forever. And that's including, Tomb Raider. Online mode is one of the worst online modes I've ever played.
I played story mode for a little. Still haven't played like all of Tomb Raider. I don't know why I can't play it. I've tried playing it, and I played. I was like, let me try multiplayer real quick. Wow.
It was like I was doing acid. I was like, I ran up a flight of stairs and I died. And I was like, what killed me? And then it gave me like a fake kill. I feel like it was a giant arrow went past my head. And
I feel
died.
like Uncharted 3 cracked, and out of that came Tomb Raider multiplayer.
It was like Drake was on the toilet and there was like a sand dune in the toilet, and he just like, oh no.
But yeah, I know I just think I don't know what's going on over there at Rockstar. I don't know if they're trying to justify it like, hey, you know what? Don't worry about buying stuff. It'll get fixed soon. I just don't think it justifies anything. I just think they're gonna lose out on a lot of. I think we're gonna start seeing that used game section fill up with Grand Theft Auto 5.
What happened was,
you think they put it up so that they can shoot?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's rock.
I think they should have just kept it like they did in GTA 4.
Here's what happened. They made a beautiful game.
They sure did.
That's what they're good at. That's what they do. They don't do online stuff, man. When has they ever had a good online service? Grand Theft Auto 4 was fun to play online.
And that was
Red Dead Redemption was fun to play online.
I was gonna say Red Dead Redemption was awesome.
Yes.
Well, there's 2 games play fun, but it's free roam fun.
Yes.
You run around and shoot people, and you use a horse, and you tie somebody to the train tracks and watch them explode and get an achievement. That's fun.
We don't condone that.
We don't condone violence. Unless it's Minecraft. Then if it's Minecraft, by the way, go ahead, kill people, kill zombies, whatever. Do it in real life.
With your garden tools.
Yeah, bring your garden to school. Don't get expelled. It's not because of us.
Yeah.
But like I said, Red Dead and GTA 4 are 2 different things. They're just fun.
Yeah.
And then you go and play GTA 5, and it's
great story mode, by the way.
It's
single
fun,
player was fun.
But you just gotta. I don't want to buy things.
See, that's. I feel too much of multiplayer now is tacked onto a game. The best example of did you guys ever play Spec Ops: Line in the Sand? Awesome story.
Spec Ops: Line in the Sand.
Yeah, the Spec Ops.
Oh yes, Spec Ops:
The
Line. It is in the sand, though. He was right. He was not wrong.
It was set in the sand, okay? But the story mode was brilliant. It showed the true horrors of war. And then the multiplayer mode was so tacked on. The developer said that the multiplayer was the biggest waste of time. He said, the studio came to us and said, you have to have multiplayer. And he said, we're a single-player game. Why do we waste our time? And he said, the developer said, don't play the multiplayer. It's crap. And I agree with them. Too many games have multiplayer tacked on that don't need it. What happened to just, hey, I got a day off, I'm going to hang out and play a game. Single player, have some fun.
John's mad.
Rockstar is making me angry. To I don't even have words to express it at this point. I'm gonna
Silent
have
rage.
a fiery hatred for them.
Let's
right
try
now.
not go on a rage because we do go on rages.
That's why I'm trying to stay quiet because
No,
the
no.
minute it comes out, it's like I can't
That's
stop.
just how it is.
There
It is
there
what it
is one bit of sad news we do have to share with our friends out there.
This is
The passing of the great,
Yes.
great Tom Clancy.
Tom
We
Clancy's
here at the Herd of Nerds. Stuff here and there, Clear and Present Danger, Hunt for Red October. We can ignore the one with Ben Affleck though.
yeah. Sorry, we lost audio for a bit there. That was technical difficulty by fault of John. But anyway, yeah, that's it's a terrible loss in the community. Obviously, we all love his games. He still has games coming out. I hope they don't stop using his name on his games.
I don't think they will.
No,
I think that'll be his biggest respect.
because of what they represent.
Although I think they should take it off of Future Soldier. But we all loved Rainbow Six Vegas.
Yes,
I think
1
we
and
all
2.
loved all the Splinter Cells.
Yep.
We're all gonna enjoy the Division.
Ghost
Not even
Recon.
before it was even a game, the books in general.
Yes.
Yeah, the
oh,
books
the
in
books
general.
in
Remember, they
general
were
are
Yeah,
books
he's a fantastic
before.
author. I think
Yeah.
that's what he should be known for.
Yeah.
It's what he didn't make.
That
the
is what
games.
he
Yeah, he
is
did.
an-
His
he's an
name
author.
was
So-
used for the games, and he consulted. But I mean, just like I said, his books. I still read them to this day. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've read Clear and Present Danger, how I've read The Hunt for Red October, because he was a compelling author, and his research into everything, top notch, sir. So
Yeah.
we give you a nice,
Bravo.
nice
We'll give
send-off,
a
sir.
little quick silence.
Tip our hats. Yeah, we're just gonna have a real quick moment of silence for Tom Clancy and his family. So bear with us for a few seconds. All right, now that we've gotten that out of the way,
I almost was like, amazing.
Ray, oh God, please,
Almost, that was
my
that close.
ears just started eating. Ray.
I was watching The View for a second.
Oh.
right on.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
is that pretty much it? I think that's sums up our night. Once again, we're all here at Nerdtropolis and Nerdtropolis TV. We thank you all for watching and sticking with us for so long and through the goofy times. Everything you see in the background in the video is here at Nerdtropolis, and this video is brought to you by Oops, a Comic Adventure. One more time, give it up for them. Coming by their book. It's fantastic. It's on indie.com. Thank you so much. Good night.
Night.